Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. At the South Boat Ramp and Farm to Market Road 2285 at Cooper Lake, a Hopkins County deputy on patrol observed 9 individuals smoking marijuana. The deputy wrote citations to all for possession of drug paraphernalia. However, Zachary Seth Taylor, age 17, of Sulphur Springs, provided false information following the advice given by Logan West Houck, age 17, of Sulphur Springs. Houck knew that Taylor was a felon and told Taylor to say he was Houck's cousin. At the time, Houck and Taylor were picked up by their parents and taken home. Later, the deputy discovered the false information and arrested Houck for hinder apprehension or prosecution of a known felon. Taylor was arrested and charged with possession of a controlled substance penalty group 3, less than 28 grams, in a drug-free zone, failure to identify fugitive intent giving false information, and for possession of drug paraphernalia. Houck's in Hopkins County Jail being held on a $15,000 bond. Taylor is being held on bonds totaling $15,000. Hopkins County deputy responded to a call regarding a possible overdose Saturday evening. Parents of Cameron Blaine Davis, age 18, gave the deputy a plastic baggie with several white pills identified as Xanax and 2 unknown capsule pills. It was the unknown that created the problem. Davis was seen by EMS but refused treatment. He was left at home to sleep. Meanwhile, the deputy tested the 2 unknown pills. Davis was arrested Sunday, 6:30 p.m., for possession of methamphetamine. He told the officer he believed the pills to be Molly. He's in Hopkins County Jail, being held on a $10,000 bond. Cumbie police made a traffic stop at the I-30-110 mile marker Sunday. A marijuana grinder was observed in the passenger seat. An odor of marijuana was coming from the 2012 Chevrolet Impala. The driver, Gurmy Hoskins, 27, of Garland, presented the officer with an ID but no driver's license. That was the beginning. Hoskins said he was driving a borrowed vehicle. Citation was written for no driver's license and for drug paraphernalia. Then the Cumbie police officer asked Hoskins if there was anything else in the vehicle. Hoskins said no. With consent to search, the officer found a semi-automatic .38 caliber pistol in the console of the vehicle. Hoskins claimed it wasn't his, but must have been left by the individual who actually owned the vehicle and had loaned it to him. A check on Hoskins found him to be convicted of a felony. Hoskins is in Hopkins County Jail, charged with unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon, being held on a $10,000 bond. A large crowd filled the west side of the Civic Center Arena for the Sale of Champions Hopkins County Junior Market Show. According to Brad Johnson, the Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op, the Hopkins County Junior Market Show Sale of Champions preliminary totals $352,000 and more. The final total, he said, will be close to or above last year's record of $357,000. There were 125 sale lots this year. The first 2 animals sold were the Grand Champion steer and the Grand Champion swine. The Grand Champion steer was shown by Cheyenne Gray of Miller Grove FFA. It was purchased by 1024 Ranch for $5,850. The Grand Champion swine, shown by Brody Busby of the Como-Picton FFA, was purchased by Farm Country, Tolliver Ford, Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op, Bell Concrete, and Texas Farm Credit for $4,100. The Grand Champion lamb, shown by Tanner Swinson of Hopkins County 4-H, was purchased by Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op, FEC, M&F, and Alliance Bank for $4,400. The Grand Champion goat, shown by Amy Sprague, North Hopkins FFA, was purchased by Hopkins County Abstract, Advantage Copy, Texana Asphalt, and Dr. Phil Jackson for $4,400. The Grand Champion poultry, shown by Philip Rader of Sulphur Springs FFA, bought by Sulphur Springs Dodge for $2,500. The Reserve Champion steer, Tracy Shackelford, Sulphur Springs FFA, purchased by Hopkins County Veterinarian for $3,955. Reserve Champion swine, shown by Ellie Edens, Sulphur Springs FFA, was purchased by Alliance Bank for $2,600. The Reserve Champion lamb, shown by Reese Reagan, Hopkins County 4-H, was purchased by Bell Concrete, MLCT, and GHB Trucking for $4,700. Reserve Champion goats, shown by Paris Pickett. Sulphur Springs FFA, purchased by 1024 Ranch and Sulphur Springs Dodge for $6,000. Reserve Champion Poultry, Caton Weathered, North Hopkins FFA, was purchased by Arvis Tanton and Carriage House Manor in the Cottages for $1,900. Here's Don Julian with sports.
Wildcats basketball coach Clark Cipolletta unveiled 8 Wildcats players who were named to the All-District basketball team on KSST Radio and Channel 18 TV's Saturday morning coaches show. 6'7" sophomore post Victory Walker was unanimously chosen as the district's defensive MVP. 2 Wildcats players made first team All-District, senior Keontae Dunn and sophomore Keaston Willis. And 3 Wildcats were selected to the All-District second team. Freshman Michael Jefferson, who missed out on Newcomer of the Year by 1 vote, also junior Bryson Lynn and senior Dane Rutherford. Earning honorable mention were sophomore Xavier Cork and junior Diedrich Godbolt. Wildcats baseball team won 1 and lost 3 in the Tyler Rose City Classic this past weekend. They were on the verge of a second victory Saturday evening when a brawl erupted against White House, resulting in a double forfeit. I talked with Wildcats baseball coach Jared Hammond.
It's probably the most difficult tournament we've been in, and we've been in that one a lot, but just the quality of teams. I think every team was a returning playoff team. There were 2 preseason state-ranked teams. You know, I don't know why. I guess you could call it maybe a sign of respect. I don't know. We get the aces of just about every team we're going to play, and we certainly opened up again with Forney and their ace that's going to A&M, and we actually scored 2 on him in the first and had chances to win that game. We lined out into a double play to end the game, losing 6-5. You know, if it's two inches higher, we probably win that game. Mm-hmm. You know, Lindale went 4-1 in the tournament, beat everybody I think they played with Hallsville, so they were a good, tough draw for us in the second game. And Waxahachie again, I think they might have gone 4-1, and they were a tough draw. Mm-hmm. And then we had a good ball game, finally kind of put things together against Nacogdoches on Friday and beat them 9-0, and then really played well Saturday against White House, who again was a Final Four team from a year ago, and they've got everybody back. So, you know, it felt like a playoff game. The atmosphere, the tension, of course, anytime you play them, you know there's going to be tension because they like to run their mouths, they like to talk, they like to try to maybe get you out of your game, using that as a method, and then just arguing calls and various things just to kind of upset the balance of it. But McCormick, Tristan threw a really good ball game. He shut them out through 6. You know, we scrapped for some runs here and there. They had a good lefty on the mound, 83 to 85 mile an hour guy, and you know, we battled in there and had a 3-0 lead going into the 7th, and we had to make a pitching change and went with Mason Buck because Tristan had thrown enough, in my opinion. And so I think he gave up a couple of hits. I think he hit a couple of batters. So, I mean, it was just right in the middle of it, 3-2 at that point. Of course, we still had another at-bat if we needed it, and just had an unfortunate play that should not have gotten that far. You know, they hit a ground ball. We were going to turn 2 on for sure, and they tried to take us out instead of sliding into the bag. And I think some things were said, you know, nothing bad, but then their guy just decided to throw a punch. And at that point, I guess just instincts took over for kids, and, you know, came to their teammates, came to have their back. And, you know, it was all over in a matter of, seemed like seconds, but it you know, when the both benches cleared, to my understanding, that's an automatic double forfeit. You know, years past, that only happened one other time in my 20 years, and all we did at that point, whether it was right or wrong, they just put us back in the dugouts. We continued the game. And so I think in my mind, maybe I thought that was about to happen, and then they called for it, and I wasn't really happy because I thought we'd outplayed them, and I thought we were going to beat them, and that would have been a nice way to finish that tournament.
Yeah, so 1-3, but it sounded like we played a lot better than that with the Forney game and the last game too. So.
Yeah, I mean we were really playing shorthanded. Heston Golightly kind of tweaked his hamstring at a track workout on Wednesday morning, so he doesn't play at all. Up to this point, he's been probably our best hitter, 3-hole hitter, so we don't have him the whole weekend. Plus, he's a pitcher. Michael Arnold is, still battling an ankle injury that happened a few weeks ago. And so, I thought the guys that did play, we got better over the course of the weekend. Like I said, this is a kind of a tournament you almost wish you were playing the second or the third weekend once you got a little bit under your belt. But, you just get kind of thrown to the wolves, so to speak, with it. But we like this tournament. It's the best one I think we go to. The facilities are great. The teams are good. You just kind of get an idea if your team can battle with these guys and hold their own. And I really thought for the most part that we did.
Now you have Lindale tournament coming up this week.
Yeah, and it's we'll get to play them again, and they're certainly a playoff team. They've got a kid that I believe is already committed to the University of Houston. Their leadoff hitter, shortstop's just a junior, but he's a good, solid player. They've got some good pitching, so we'll get to face that. We'll play Van, and my understanding, I don't know if we'll face him. Van's got a pitcher who is committed to Stephen F. Austin. I think he's an 87 to 90 mile an hour guy, so if we happen to get him, we'll get tested again. And then I think we have Gilmer and Brownsboro, some better 4A teams, in the area. So, of course, it's another good facility. The turf infield, if rain's a factor, that helps us maybe get some games in otherwise. And we've been going there for several years, as you know, so we enjoy it as well. And, we'll have hopefully, even though it's raining, it may be fine. We'll practice in the indoor because it's turf and the field's turf. So, it won't hurt us at all to have to do that. And, we'll just keep working, trying to get better and see if we can improve upon a good finish, I thought, other than the unfortunate incident, a good finish to a tough tournament.
The Lady Cats softball team had a strong tournament in Allen this past weekend, and for the second straight tournament, the Lady Cats won 4 out of 5. We learned more from Lady Cats coach David Carrillo.
Went 4-1, and I thought we played well, for the most part. Good competition, always good to see some teams from the Metroplex, and I thought we went toe-to-toe with them and battled well. The game that, we fell short on, we could have won that one too, but we learned from it. So, it was all positives this weekend. I thought Saturday we played the best game against Sherman. We won 7-0 that we played all year. Our bats were going. Bailey Haggerty was in the circle, and I think she threw a 3-hitter, and she was rolling along, I think 6-7 strikeouts. So, it was a good day, and, you continue to see some things, going well for us. Some of the things that we've been working on, like I said, small balls, alive and well in Sulphur Springs, America. I thought our hitting, for the most part at the top end was good, and, we just got to continue to be more consistent all the way around in our lineup. But other than that, we were able to put some runs up and, against good quality teams. So, no complaints from me.
Yes, seemed like popping up over and over again. And I saw stats from some of the games like Hannah Krausen and Alyssa Abram, right there at the top of the order. Just seemed like they're getting on constantly.
Yes, I think those two are. Macy Hollins is still doing her thing too. And, we're seeing a lot of good, like I said, we're seeing some good pitching, and our girls are able to get on base. And it's so important for our top order to come up and get on base, because I count on, Brinkley Driver again was – She'll put them in. I tell them, you get on, they're going to get you in. So, again, Brinkley had another good tournament too. So, that's how we play, and that's kind of the makeup of our team. And it is what it is, and it's that we do what we do. And, that's our part of our plan. So, basically set the table, let them knock them in. So, we were able to do that better this weekend as the tournament went on.
Yeah. You have a rematch with McKinney there on Tuesday, and then a Wiley tournament coming up at the end of the week.
Yes, tomorrow, I just talked to her, and everything looks like it's on go for tomorrow, just checking on the weather, of course. And then going to Wiley, another good tournament for us, good competition, 6 games, and, it's the one right before district, so that's always important. And, we try to find out, the right lineup and what we need to do for district. And, we have, I feel like we have 12 players right now, and we're finding what their roles are, identifying their roles, and we're going on. And I think right now, our team chemistry is good, and we just got to continue to just do the little things right. The little things definitely help the big things. And one of the things that, too, offensively that I do think we're doing well is we are making contact with the ball. We're just hitting them at people sometimes, them atom balls. So,
Yeah.
But I know those things develop into hits. So, this is part of a learning experience because next Tuesday it gets real.
Absolutely.
The Wildcats soccer team lost another close match to Marshall on the road Friday night, and I talked with Wildcat soccer coach Nikki Wiggins.
We played pretty well. We had some chances and very easily could have ended up winning the game, but that's just kind of the way our seasons went. Just one or two passes or one opportunities that we didn't finish in front of the goal. And but Marshall played well and we played well, and we're still in it. We just need to take care of our business, and hopefully Marshall and Pine Tree take care of Hallsville. So hopefully it'll come down to the last game again this year.
Who got our goal? Tell us about that one.
Chris Espinosa got a goal. They had a free kick, and they kind of played it short. Diastada stole it, and he played it to Chris, and they were pressed up high, and we got behind them, and it was a one-on-one, and he finished it to tie the game, and then with about 20 minutes left in the game. So it was a close game, and then they scored with about 10 minutes left, to go up by one, and but it was a good game, and so we're just going to get ready for Texas High, and then we'll have a bye, and then we'll get ready to Mount Pleasant and Greenville, and then Hallsville. So.
Seemed like Marshall both times they had kind of timely goals just right almost near the end of things.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. This one happened a little bit earlier than the last one with 2 minutes left. But number 5 again. He was a good player. He just got the ball, dribbled out wide, and then played it in front of the goal. And when their guys finished it, it was a good soccer play. That's what you kind of look for, and that's the kind of chances we try to create. But hats off to them, and they played a good game, and we just got to take care of our guys.
Texas High next. We beat them in Texarkana the first time, so we can't be overconfident, obviously, against anybody. But
right.
But we ought to have a real good chance to get out there and have fun and win.
Yes, sir. We should. Like you said, don't need to look past anybody. But if we take care of ourselves, we'll be pretty successful, and we can move on.
And like you say, there's still enough points out there to get you back in it.
Yes, sir. There are. It's going to come down to I believe that last game. But we got to take care of our business between now and then. So.
Absolutely.
The Wildcats will be playing Texas High at home on Tuesday night.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.